Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome to Everyday Inspiration. We are into November and Crystal chose the inspiration photo for this month. It is a fabulous, gorgeous photo of, I'm assuming, her mantle in her home, but it's got all these lovely autumn and fall themed stuff, and I just saw that and instantly thought, well, I'm making a fall layout. And I decided to use this cut file from Creative Cuts Club because it kind of has the frames, which made me think of the mirror in the mantle, but it also had leaves, which you can see as well. And I'm just going to kind of play with all of that. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you saw I traced out where the frames are so I can put it back where it belongs. And I'm taking this, it's not actually a stencil. It is, I think, from Heidi Swap. And they're meant to be sprayed on and then you add it to whatever project you're doing. But I have been using it as a stencil for a very long time. And so I'm just going to use it one more time with this green color. And my favorite metallic white, it's just acrylic paint. It's super cheap. It's Artist Loft. But I love the shimmer that it has. And I add a little bit of shimmers in my green that I have, which added even more shimmer. And I'm going to use that as a stencil. And I'm just going to place it just around where all of the 5 different frames are, so there's a little bit of interest underneath. A lot of it gets kind of covered up because I'm going to add photos and the whole cut file goes on top of it, and it's not a ton, but there's enough there that I really like how I took the extra time to do it. It adds just enough interest to it, which makes me very, very happy. It did take me a little while. I had to keep using mixing it and making it work, so there's different colors, saturation in different areas because I had to keep going over, and finally I just started spraying it right on the thing. And of course I went right in the middle of the frame so that it kind of poked out, but sometimes I didn't go far enough out. But anyways, that's what it looks like. I love how it looks actually without any of the photos, but I'm going to use photos. I also backed the cut file. You can see that I'm using the Cozy Days collection from Simple Stories. It's the one I've been using a lot this autumn. You've seen me use it quite a bit, and I just really been enjoying it, and so I'm just going to keep using it until I'm bored of it. I tend to do that with a certain collection. If I really love it, I use lots and lots and lots of it until I'm done with it, until I'm not done with the collection but sick of using it, and that's just kind of where this one is. And now I'm just trying to figure out what photos I actually want to use, because I've got like 7 photos, but only 5 places, and I want one of them to be my title place. And I just didn't know. I like all of the photos. They're really cute. There's one of Sean and holding Nora holding a pumpkin, but there's also this really cute photo of Nora holding her own pumpkin and Jackson carrying the big pumpkin. And there was one of Barrett, and I couldn't decide. So what I end up doing is I decided to use, in the middle, I'm going to use the one of Sean showing a pumpkin to Jackson and Nora. And then at the bottom left-hand side is the photo of Nora. The bottom right-hand side is Jackson. And then up at the top right-hand corner is the photo of Barrett and I. I chose these particular photos because I am going to go ahead and I have another series of photos to do. So one of the fact that this was Barrett's first trip to the pumpkin patch. And then I have another series that I want to do of Nora and how cute she is. So that's kind of my plan. I've already documented Jackson at the pumpkin patch on his own, so I have to do one of my other 2 as well. So that's where my photo elimination kind of went into play. And now I'm going to go ahead and spell out the word Laity Pumpkin Patch. That's the one we went to this year. We have kind of jumped around. We are so lucky. We live where there are like 20 pumpkin patches we could go to be honest with you. That includes things like there's a lot of our nurseries that have their own kind of thing that you can do, and it's just awesome. There's so many different things we can do. So anyways, this year we went to one that was closer to my work, because I work in a different city than I live in. And so we tried this one out, and it was tons and tons of fun. It was all interactive and meant for kids, like little kids. It was amazing. So it was lots of fun. And so I always like to document when we've gone to a new pumpkin patch, and that all goes into one album. And I hadn't gotten a chance to document this. This was last year's. So I'm happy to have it done. So I'm just spelling everything out and looking at it. I decided to change the color of the word patch to a green and a yellow instead of the pink. The pink wasn't really working for me. but I have it in there. And then of course I'm trying to figure out, I want to add a pumpkin within the title so that you really get the point of what it is. And then I have to decide if my pumpkin's going to go on the top or on the bottom. And I decide in the end that it's going to look best at the bottom. So everything's got to get moved up. And that's when I decided to change the color. So off camera, do that. Of course, I'm looking at this thinking it needs stitching. And I'm not trying to say that in a bad way, but I was creating this layout the week that it was due, and normally when I'm going to do a stitching project, I plan it out for like 3 weeks before I'm doing it so that I've got plenty of time, because stitching can take a while. This particular one, I think, took me 2.5 days to get done between life. But anyways, I went ahead and did it. I color matched everything, and my frames are all one color, and then the leaves are all the color stitched in the color that they were. And then I get to decorate, which is the fun part. And I'm super, super excited because I got those cute little gum boots used up. It's the green color that I struggle with. And I put it on the green leaf and it just worked perfectly. A little floral underneath that and one of the hearts. And I'm so happy that I got those used up because they're adorable. But I don't wear green, I guess I'm wearing green now, but I don't really document green in that color very often. So I'm so happy to have that used. And now I'm just going to play with stickers and figure out where everything's going to go and kind of play around. I really kind of, once I did the stitching, I'm like, yep, this layout's done. I don't want to do much more. And so I don't add a whole lot more, just a couple little pieces to really help emphasize every little area. Now, like I said, it was a new pumpkin patch, so it was tons of fun. The kids loved it. By this point, when we're picking out the pumpkins, they were all grumpy and they all wanted to go home, but they still had a great time, and I loved documenting it. And I'm always happy to have another fall layout created. So please make sure you head on over and check out what everyone else has done with this gorgeous photo from Crystal. Jen is the only one that may not be up today. Life has just been a little hectic, as I'm sure it has been for all of us. So hers might not be up. But other than that, I think everyone else is up and ready to go, and I'll have the links for you. And I'm going to finish this layout up with a couple things. The first thing are these cute little woodland animals. I felt like this worked perfectly with this layout. So I added those. I'm going to wave to you. And then I'm going to add some sequins because I needed a little pop of something. I'm using the Fall Festival ones. I don't actually think they're available in the shop anymore. I think they sold out really quickly. But you are welcome to use my code Christy15 at the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop if there's any sequins you'd like to get your hands on. And yeah, guys, this basically wraps it up. The stitching once I stitch on a layout, it kind of does the layout for me, which is nice, and probably why I do so much stitching, because then I don't have to add so much embellishing. And the cut file helped as well, which was nice because I am trying to use cut files this month. Of course, that's my product focus. And if I didn't say, but this particular one was from the Creative Cuts Club from November of last year. So happy to have that used up as well. I'm almost done with the November Creative Cuts Club cut files. I think I have 2 more and I'm done with that one. All right, everyone, here is a look at my finished layout, and I hope you all have a fabulous day. See you soon. Bye.